Hello fans, welcome to this news. A big piece of news has just come out, and I'm going to tell you all the details before anyone else. So stay until the end so you don't miss any of this Lions update. But before I reveal this bombshell to you, I need your support. Like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. This helps us a lot to continue bringing you all the hot news about the Detroit Lions firsthand. So hit that subscribe button and strengthen our community. Now without further ado, let's get straight to this bombshell news. The Lions may have their eye on one of the most prominent prospects in this draft, and the connection they have with him simply cannot be ignored. Every year, there's always a player who comes out of the shadows and shoots up the NFL draft rankings. The Detroit Lions have made picks like this before. The biggest example? Ezekiel Ansah. Ansah was practically unknown until he had a spectacular performance at the Senior Bowl and impressed even more at the NFL Combine. In the blink of an eye, he became a top 5 draft pick. More recently, we saw something similar with Giovanni Manu. He wasn't even the main focus at his own pro day, but suddenly he caught the attention of half the league and ended up being selected in the 4th round. Now, in 2024, the name that is quickly rising in the projections is receiver Kyle Williams from Washington State. Draft experts are starting to rank Williams higher and higher in their rankings. And for good reason. When you watch his game, it's clear why he's getting so much attention. His explosiveness off the line of scrimmage and acceleration are exceptional, allowing him to separate from defenders quickly. His 4.4-second 40-yard dash speed, recorded at the NFL Combine, is clearly visible in his routes. Plus, he has sure hands and knows how to attack the ball at the highest point. His statistical performance in 2024 was impressive. 70 receptions, 1,198 yards, and 14 touchdowns. And here's the detail that could make a difference for the Lions. They need a receiver right now. The team is looking for someone who can fill Tim Patrick's role on the outside of the offense, and who knows, become the long-term piece at that position. That's where an interesting connection to Williams comes in. Detroit just hired Justin Mesa as its offensive quality control coach. And guess what? Mesa spent the last 4 seasons at Washington State, where he worked directly with Williams on special teams and as an offensive assistant. Does this mean the Lions will draft Williams? Not necessarily. But we know this team values collaboration and input in the decision-making process. If Mesa has something to say about Williams, there's no doubt the Lions will at least listen closely to his opinion. With the top 30 visits underway, it wouldn't be a surprise if Kyle Williams is one of the players brought to Detroit for a more detailed meeting. Right now, Williams is projected to be a 3rd-round pick, somewhere around the 85th spot in the draft. But if he continues to climb the board like he is, it wouldn't be surprising to see him go in the 2nd round. Keep an eye out. Now I want to hear from you. Should the Lions draft Kyle Williams? With his speed and explosiveness, he could be the missing piece in Detroit's offense. In my opinion, he would be a great 3rd-round pick, but I wouldn't be surprised if he went earlier. What do you think? Comment below and let me know what you think. Let's debate in the comments. After the first moves in free agency, the Detroit Lions find themselves in a relatively comfortable position for the 2025 season. However, there's one clear need that still needs to be addressed: finding a second edge rusher to strengthen their pass rush. This is the team's main focus at the moment. In addition, there is the issue of the right guard position, which was left vacant after Kevin Zeitler's departure in free agency. Although the Lions could look for reinforcements on the market, there is real possibility that Christian Mahogany will take over the starting spot, given his solid performance last season when he had the opportunity to play. But overall, the team has few urgent holes to fill in this year's NFL draft, which give them the chance to think strategically about the future and anticipate potential needs. With a roster full of young talent and a well-structured core, the Lions do not appear to have any major long-term concerns. However, Bleacher Report analyst Alex Ballantyne points out one position the team should keep an eye on: linebacker. More specifically, the need to find a successor to Alex Anzalone. Anzalone has become an important name for the Lions' defense over the past few years. Since arriving in Detroit, he has been a leader on the field, and in the last 2 years, has accumulated 254 tackles, 14 tackles for loss, 12 pass breakups, and 27 quarterback pressures. Last season, he was named team captain, but ended up missing much of the campaign due to an injury. Even so, when he was available, he played 91% of the defensive snaps and totaled 63 tackles in just 10 games. Despite his importance, there is one factor that could lead the Lions to move in search of a replacement. Anzalone will turn 31 in September, and his contract expires at the end of the 2025 season. With that in mind, Ballantyne suggests that the team should start preparing for his eventual departure as early as this draft, naming two names that could be good options: Danny Stutzman from Oklahoma and Barrett Carter from Clemson. Stutzman had an impressive season in 2024, being named a unanimous All-American after recording more than 100 tackles for the third consecutive year. Carter also stood out, earning first-team All-ACC honors after totaling 82 tackles, 11 of them for loss of yards. Both players are projected to leave between the end of the second day and the beginning of the third day of the draft, making them viable options for the Lions to bolster the future of their defense. Meanwhile, another crucial question for Detroit remains strengthening the pass rush. Many experts point to this as the team's biggest need right now. The Lions have not made any major moves to add pieces in this area during free agency, and it remains unclear whether they will do so via the draft or trade. But according to Pro Football Focus, the team could benefit immensely from considering a high-impact trade. PFF analyst Mason Cameron stressed the importance of maximizing the talent of Aiden Hutchinson, whose pass rush grade was an impressive 95.0 last season. However, he noted that the Lions' defense struggles to generate consistent pressure when Hutchinson is off the field or when he is double-teamed. To address this issue, Cameron suggests the Lions seek to trade with the New York Giants for pass rusher Kayvon Thibodeaux. Thibodeaux was selected just 3 spots behind Hutchinson in the 2022 draft and has since accumulated 21 career sacks. Cameron believes the Giants could consider trading him now before they make a decision on the 5th-year option on his contract, thus accelerating their rebuilding process. If the Giants want to maximize Thibodeaux's trade value, now would be the ideal time, Cameron wrote. Detroit has the structure and salary cap space to explore the player's potential and, if necessary, offer an extension that makes sense for the future. With all of these possibilities on the radar, the Lions find themselves in an interesting position. While they have a competitive roster and few pressing needs, there are clear opportunities to strengthen the team in both the short and long term. Whether it's securing the future of the defense with a new linebacker or bolstering the pass rush with an impactful addition, Detroit has important choices to make in the coming months. The question remains as to which path they decide to take. And do you, Lions fan, believe the team should trade for a pass rusher like Kayvon Thibodeaux or invest in the draft to bolster the defense? Leave your comment below. In my opinion, a trade for Thibodeaux could make an immediate impact, but a young drafted talent might be a more sustainable solution in the long run. See you later.